Hey, what's up everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Empire Season 5, Episode 2, and the name of this episode is Pay for Their Presumptions. This was a really good episode, and I can't wait to talk about it, so let me begin. So the episode opens up, where 6 months later, somebody's in the casket. We still don't know who's in the casket, but what we do know is that it's not Becky, because Becky is there, comforting Lucius in this sad time. So we still don't know who's in the casket. And then it goes back to 6 months earlier, and we see Cookie and Lucius are working with Treasure. The talent that they discovered on the last episode. She pretty much is a social worker at the jail where Andre is incarcerated. And what they're doing is that they're working on music, and they make plans to kind of launch her career. But due to the fact that they don't have, no longer have the same corporate connections that they used to have, getting her out there is more of a challenge. But they plan on going to going to the radio station, and actually, Lucius got an interview on a radio station, and they're supposed to help promote her career that way. And we actually see that they're working in the Hood studio with Tyreek. Y'all remember Tyreek from Season 1, the guy who owns the Hood studio and always has a big bowl of cereal. So Tyreek is there, holding them down and letting them use the studio. But then, they pretty much assure Treasure that, once Lucius does this radio interviewing and gets her played, that's going to help launch her career even more. But she's already on the radio, but they're trying to, get her career, they're trying to take her career to the next level. Then we get a scene with Giselle and Becky. Now, remember the last episode, Kelly Patel, told Giselle that, we're thinking about putting you in the CEO position. So she's excited that she's finally going to get her moment, and that this day they're going to make the announcement of who's going to be the new CEO. They get into the damn meeting. Kelly Patel literally did a complete switcheroo, because one thing she notices is that Kingsley, and we met Kingsley the last episode. That's the dude that was screwing her in her office with her nasty ass. She knows that Kingsley's back in town, but she doesn't have no idea what's he doing back. But she was all good with it, because she was just so feeling herself that she was going to get this CEO position. That damn Kelly Patel made the announcement, and the person that's going to become the new CEO of Empire is Jeff Kingsley. And man, you could cut the anger, because that damn Giselle was mad as hell. She even got so damn mad that she went to her damn office and stabbed up the couch, with a knife. She was that pissed off. She was like, how the hell did this son of a bitch just got here and he already takes my job? I'm like, it's called chauvinism, sweetie. That's literally what happened. And if anything, it just goes to show you God don't like ugly, because we saw the last damn episode, you done dumped Eddie's ashes in the damn sewer with It. So now that he's down there with It and the rest of the damn clowns, now you getting what's coming to you, because that was the position you wanted. But we see that Kingsley is now the new CEO, and you can already tell about Kingsley's demeanor. Kingsley's a little shit, and we definitely saw this in this episode. So it's gonna be a matter of time before Kingsley gonna get fucked up, because he's really feeling himself. Next, we get a scene with Jamal and Kai. They're back at his apartment. We can see that Kai is not feeling Hakeem, and he's not feeling the situation, because Hakeem is there getting high and getting drunk. He keeps watching the video that he did on the last episode where he was performing, and he started coughing, and it was discovered that they had a track playing in the background. So he's definitely going through that, and he's very depressed, and it's just, he's just getting high and getting drunk. It gets to the point that damn Jamal pretty much says that, look, we got somewhere to be. So he grabs him up. It's like, get in here, get your shit together, wash your ass. We got to get the hell out of here. And the rest of y'all can get the hell out. Because he had his whole damn crew just sitting up in the damn apartment. They getting high and getting drunk and just chilling. And it just goes to show you that Hakeem is very depressed ever since, you know, that ever since he had got shot. And he's really, you know, I would say, doubting his abilities now. So then we see that Lucius does this radio interview, and actually Sway is the interviewer. They doing the interview and everything, and it goes from him talking about his artist to the point where this interviewer starts talking about him losing Empire, and I heard word on the street that y'all broke and all of this shit. And he was pretty much saying that, look, I'm here to talk about my artist and to launch her. It's not about me, you know, talking about all this personal shit. But then he was saying that then he kept coming for Lucius, and he was like, well, word on the street is, you know, y'all ain't rocking like y'all used to. I mean, so tell me, you know, what makes you think you gonna stand? What makes you think you gonna be able to stand up, you know, when you really ain't got the same backing that you used to have? And he just started really going after Lucius, and Lucius literally had to get into the boy's ears like, you like your heart beating in your chest, motherfucker? I was like, I don't blame you, Lucius. And he definitely, and then afterwards, he's mad as hell. He actually talks to one of the heads at the radio station. He was saying that, look, I came here to talk about my artist and to launch her career, I'm not about this reality show bullshit. But then the guy was like, well, look, we want to know what's going on with you and Cookie, and if we can't get that, then there's no need for us to launch your artist. And it's sad because I think this episode was going to show how a lot of these corporations don't respect musicians and they don't respect musicality. And, you know, they wanted to get a damn interview about Lucius and Cookie falling off, when yet he's launching a new artist and he wants it to be about this artist, and they wouldn't play her song. You know, and that was like one of the main things that they were trying to do to get her out there, was to get her main radio play. Well, pretty much Lucius was like, you know what, screw y'all, because you just missed an opportunity to launch the next Whitney Houston. You lost it. And then we see that when he goes to Cookie mad as hell. She's like, whack ass motherfuckers. Oh, I'm gonna fucking text them down, and I'm gonna put them on blast, fucking with my man like that. And it was a really touching moment right there. And then we actually see that they were supposed to have a session with Treasure that day at the Hood Studio. Tyreek lets them know that, look, you know, she need to show up because I got people coming through and everything. And but then he was like, you know what, y'all fam, so therefore I'll push them back and give y'all more time. But yeah, she gotta hurry up and get here. And finally, Treasure reaches out to Cookie and she doesn't show up. Then we see Andre's in jail, and we see that there's this young boy who's being punked by this older prisoner who's kind of like making him his bitch. And we see that this is bothering Hakeem. We can see that this is bothering Andre. And we see that, and like his boys are trying to tell him, like, look, do not get yourself involved in this shit. You about to get out of jail. You do not want to involve yourself into some bullshit that can add more time to your sentence. So he kind of backs off, but he's really pissed off that he's messing with this young boy, and it's like this young boy's not even doing anything. He just sees him as somebody he just sees him as fresh fish, and the whole idea is that I'm gonna break you in more ways than one. So then we see that Cookie actually tracks down Treasure, and you know, and pretty much, you know, Treasure's like, you know, well, the thing is, I still gotta pay my bills and everything, because she went back to work and just been avoiding them. And she's saying that, look, you know, my father once told me that I can never give up my reality for a dream. But then Cookie was like, sweetie, me and my sisters was raised by a single father. And my father worked hard every day to support 3 girls. And the one thing I can say is that once I decided to do my own thing, he put his face in his hands and he cried. But at the end of the day, I had to do what I had to do. But everything that he taught me, I applied to music and I applied to what I wanted to do. Now the thing is, I see greatness in you, Treasure. But when you see it in yourself, you give me a call. And I'm like, Cookie, that was the best way to handle that shit. Because you can want greatness for somebody, but if they don't want it for themselves, there's nothing you can do. So I was glad that Cookie had that conversation with Treasure. But then again, Treasure pissed me off later on, and I'm about to get to that. Then we actually see that Jamal and Hakeem go to visit Andre at the prison. And we see that there's a lot of tension between Andre and Hakeem. Especially Hakeem is mad because he killed Anika. And he was saying that you killed my baby's mama. Like, you know, what makes you think I want to do anything for you? So Hakeem's like, why the hell am I here? And he was like, well, the thing is, you do need help, baby boy. You kind of losing your edge. And, you know, you're screwed up and you need help. So Hakeem was like, what makes you think you can help me? What makes you think either one of your asses can help me? I mean, after all, you killed you know, my daughter's mother like it was nothing. But I'm like, Hakeem, refresh your memory. Didn't she do the same damn thing to him? She killed his unborn child as well as killed his wife. You know, Anika got what was coming to her. But yeah, it was messed up how the way Andre did that shit. But at the end of the day, Anika had it coming. And we saw that from the season finale of season 4, how Rhonda haunted her ass to the point where she ended up, you know, falling on that damn table with all them glasses. But, you know, Hakeem right now is just mad, and he's just taking it out on the world, and he's definitely mad at Andre for killing Anika. But then Andre let him know Anika had it coming. You know, but then he was like, well, what makes you think either one of you can help me? After all, you up in prison, you know, you an inmate for killing my baby mother. And then you, Jamal, your punk ass went to fucking London and you just living a good old life. You know, while we back here struggling, you out there living good in London. So he's like, you know what? I'm through. And he's like, and again, why am I here? So Hakeem just got up and walked out. And pretty much that was like the meat of what went down in that situation. But it's obvious Hakeem needs help. And Hakeem is going to continue to fall further down if he doesn't get it together. So after that, we get a scene where Tiana is talking to Kingsley, and she's about trying to get her career back up and running, because she said that after she had the baby, well, after she got pregnant, Eddie had benched her, and she's been benched for quite some time, probably over a year, and she's trying to get back out there. And then all of a sudden we see that Kingsley's like, yeah, we can work this out. Yeah, matter of fact, I don't see why we shouldn't put you in the studio right now. And, you know, we got, you know, daycare here where we can actually, you know, I can work out some daycare service where they can help you with the children, and you can get out of here. You can get out here and do what you do. You know, I mean, you're awesome, Tiana, and I want to help you win. But I'm just kind of saying that I don't trust Kingsley as far as I can throw him. So then we actually see that what ended up happening is that after Lucius got rejected from that radio station, he went to another radio station, and he said that I'm actually going to work this with them, and, you know, we're gonna see what we can do with that. Well, when he went to the station, they pretty much says that, look, we have a set playlist, so we can't really put you on. But then he says that, look, if I tell you the meaning of the song "A Child Is Born," you know, let me introduce my artist. And we actually see that while he's having this interview on the radio station, he reveals that the song "A Child Is Born" is about a miscarriage that him and Cookie suffered, you know, and it was their first child, which was a girl. So he was saying, I wonder what would happen if my little girl would have been able to live a full life, where she would be like, and what she would have accomplished. But he said that through that moment, after us losing our first child, me and Cookie kind of put our heads together and was like, if we could get through this, we can get through anything. And then he used that to launch Treasure's new song. And the song is hot. I was so feeling it. So I'm like, that's good. Then all of a sudden we see that Lucius and Cookie was about to meet with Treasure, because now Treasure's now out there now. But they come to find out that their damn reservation was taken by Mrs. Barker. And it's that damn skank Giselle. She done fucking sideswiped them and got to Treasure and got Treasure to sign with Empire. And, you know, really right now Giselle is feeling herself, and she's definitely got a bone to pick with them. And she pretty much said, and pretty much, they pretty much, you know, and like Treasure's like, well, look, you know, I love making music in your living room and everything, but I really need a really strong team to take my career to the next level, and I just don't think you and Cookie have the, I just don't think you guys actually have the tools to do that. I'm like, bitch, they fucking did your song, honey. They created your sound. So you getting on a label that doesn't know you, you're just going to be one of many. You're just only going to be seen as a number, but you're not going to be seen as someone of importance and someone that has something to offer. So Cookie just went in and was like, boo-boo, all money ain't good money. And here it is, you done fucking sold your soul to a damn machine who don't give a damn about you. We actually care about your artistry. We actually care about your sound, because it's our music that's making you hot. But it just goes to show you how some people will choose the money over the creativity and over the process. And it's good that they're showing this, because they're showing that that yeah, it's a lot of craziness that goes on in the industry, and we got people in the corporate side of the industry that only see money and only see numbers. They don't see people. So then we get a scene with Jamal and Kai. He pretty much tells Kai that his family needs him and that he's going to have to put London on hold. And he says, I'm going to need about 3 months to be here. And he was saying that 3 months, not 4, not 5, 3 months, and I mean 3 months. But then we see that later on, he was saying that, you know, you probably got some journalism friends here in New York. Won't you hook up with some of them and see if you can, like, get you a job or an assignment or something? So we see that they actually do go out and they meet up with this guy who works in journalism, and I think it's Kai's ex-boyfriend. And we can see that during this whole thing, you know, Jamal really, I mean, like when Jamal mentioned something about because they were talking about the the culture and talking about colonialism, extremism. They're pretty much talking about, some of the current events that we face in the world, racism and all of these things. So when Jamal put it out there, Kai kind of shut it down and was like, nah, you need to stop trying to come for my man. It ain't like that. But then when old boy said the same exact thing, Kai was in on it. He was like, oh yeah, I'm with that. And he's like, yeah, we should work together, be just like old times. So it's kind of like he's kind of throwing himself out there in front of Jamal on his dude. So Jamal was pretty much, oh, it's real funny that when I said something, you weren't about it, but then when he said the same shit, you was all head over heels for the shit. Like, what's really going on? And he was like, and he was saying that, and he pretty much says that, and then Kai just got real smug with him, was like, look, this was your idea to stay up in New York, alright? So, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and either you trust me or you don't. I'm like, see, that right there makes me not trust Kai. Not because he said that, but how the way he said it. He was so nonchalant and gave no fucks. So that made me think, okay, old boy definitely got something with his ass. And in time, we probably gonna find that out. So then we actually see that Andre meets up with one of the inmates to actually, you gonna help me, you gonna hook me up. And what they did is that they gave him, the phone book, to protect you, from getting stabbed. So we see that he goes after old boy, Because he at first tried to make a deal with the dude and said that, look, leave old boy alone and I'll let you have everything in my locker. But old boy's talked his shit, was like, man, I'll take that and then some and every damn thing with you still here. The fuck you mean? So now Andre's like, oh, dude wanna come for me now. So now I'm gonna show him what's up. So, oh, sorry, but so what ends up happening is that you know, Andre gets the phone book. He goes after old boy. Him and his boy getting into it, and he's trying to stab Andre, and Andre, you know, it ain't affecting him because he's stabbing the phone book. But then again, Andre laughs because he's like, okay, I'm kind of taking him down one by one, but because he had a weapon, he gonna be in the hole longer. So Andre's like, I'm gonna work my way to get to him, because again, he saw old boy getting punked and him kind of like roughing him up and all that, and he has to be like about maybe 16 or 17, probably very young. And they said that it's possible that the boy's innocent, but he's in this cell with all these animals and all these wolves, and the wolves are being very cruel. And Andre, I think, has this field to protect him, and I think it's because of what he's going through with Hakeem. You know, he has that big brother instinct towards this young boy, and he's trying to help him. So pretty much what we see later on is that Kingsley decides to meet up with Lucius and Cookie. And we can just tell that this dude is on some straight bullshit, because here it is, he takes them to a soul food place, orders all this stuff for them, and then says that I want to make Empire about family. I want Empire to go back to its roots and all of this shit. And I'm like, boo-boo. And like Lucius was just cutting through all the bullshit. He was like, so you mean to tell me you supposedly want to go back to our roots, but yet here it is, you're bringing us in to try to help you run my empire? Like, seriously, like, this is my shit, and I created this from the ground up, me and Cookie, and now you want to manage what I created. I mean, it just goes to show you how messy the corporate world is. And Kingsley's like, look, you know, I just really want you guys to be back in the front where you belong. Your face needs to be back on the moniker where it belongs. And we need to go back to what Empire is and what Empire stands for. You know, and, you know, pretty much he's saying that, you know, like, yeah, you know, I want to bring the real Empire back. Because that's what's missing. It's missing you. It's missing Lucius, and it's missing Cookie. But we can definitely tell that Kingsley's on some bullshit. But yeah, but he kind of let his ass know, like first of all, dude, you like what is it that you pretty much had this Ivy League education? You probably was a Boy Scout. So what makes you think you understand the family of the Lions better than us? You know, and I'm just like, you got a damn good point. A damn good one. So let's see what else happens. So pretty much we see that finally Lucius and Cookie have a sit down with Hakeem. And they pretty much saying that it seemed to me that you just been hitting the bottle and you need to get your shit together. And Lucius kind of sits down with him and lets him know that, look, I see what's going on with you. You're afraid right now. You're wondering, are you going to be as good as you were before? And I know that feeling where you feel like you're not going to be as big as your next hit, or you're not going to be big as your last hit, and you're constantly, you know, putting yourself in this position where you don't know how things are going to turn out. So we see that was a moment, but they said based on that, you know, the family needs us, so we're going to take this Kingsley deal, even though we know Kingsley full of shit. So pretty much we see the next morning, Juanita is still wearing her regular clothes, but she's still working there. She making them breakfast, and they're sitting at the bar eating, you know, breakfast or whatever, and pretty much they make the announcement to Hakeem and Jamal that they're going back to Empire and that they want the two of them by their side. So they actually have this big event where it's kind of like a launching event, welcoming back the Lion family to Empire, and and pretty much everybody is there, you know, from top down. Then we see that Kingsley and Lucius have a conversation, and Kingsley is an arrogant motherfucker because he's talking about, well, the thing is, you and Cookie are gonna be the face, and I am gonna be like the babysitter dealing with these spoiled children, you know, making sure they do what they're supposed to do and all this shit. And Lucius was like, spoiled children? These are the people that is making this company what it is. And here it is, you number punching assholes are disrespecting the actual talent that makes the company work. And he was saying that if you don't understand that it's about the music, you're totally misrepresenting this company. And why are you even in the music industry if you don't even respect artistry or respect the talent? So pretty much he's saying that, well, this is what it is, and this is what you have to do. You're going to get on that stage, and you're going to be happy. You're going to smile and say that you're happy to be back with the Lion family, and that you're going to play this up, and you're not going to fuck it up. And like Lucius like, and if I don't, what you going to do? He's like, well, then I'm going to go up there and I'm going to tell the truth that the Lions family is broke, they're old, and that they're done. I was like, oh, Kingsley really feeling his little ass ever since he got a little CEO position. Like your ass can't get outed out that fucking company, because you know the Empire is a publicly traded company run by a board of directors. So just like your ass got there, your ass could leave the same fucking way. But Kingsley is feeling himself. So what he ends up, and then we see that Kingsley has a run-in with Giselle, and Giselle was like, you ain't nothing but a laptop pushing punk. You don't know nothing about music, and how the hell you gonna take my job from me? He was like, look, I really want you to be my right hand, but it's up to you whether you want to be that or not. But regardless of the fact, it is what it is, and the show continues. So he pretty much literally flipped the script on Giselle, and literally is gonna kind of make her like, you know, arm candy, just like she was with Eddie. So we see that Lucius, when Kingsley announced, you know, for Lucius to come up to speak, you know, the original king of Empire, he goes up there. But I love how he did it, because he brought up Cookie and the boys up there, and he pretty much told everybody to sit down, because we're going to have a family moment, because Empire has always been about family, and that's what it's about. So he pretty much decides to, and I think this was genius. What he does is that he tells the truth. That, you know, y'all all probably wonder about me and Cookie and whether we're broke. Well, I'm going to let you know, we are broke. We are broke as hell. You know, and, you know, pretty much, but he says that, but the thing about it, we ain't giving up, and we definitely ain't out, because we are starting our own label where it's about the musician, and it's about the creativity, and it's about the artist. You know, instead of this label that's now run by Being Kingsley, and Being Kingsley said that the artists are spoiled children, that they're babies. You know, this is a person who's a tech guy who don't know nothing about music, does not know nothing about creativity, and is literally just gonna milk and make money off of the artists, but do not respect their artistry or don't respect their grind. So he says that you have an option. You rather stay with a label that don't give a damn about you, or actually come to a label where you're gonna be respected. And man, that damn Kingsley was mad as shit, and I was like, good for you, Lucius. I was glad he flipped the script on his ass. And then he also kind of took from Suge Knight too, where he was pretty much like, so if you want to be an artist and still want to be a star and don't have to worry about, you know, your little tech boy trying to be all up in your videos. I thought that was cool. And then it goes to 6 months later, where he's still at the funeral home. We see that Thirsty comes up to talk to Lucius, so we know it's not him. And then we see that the FBI shows up. So the question is, what went down that led to that moment? And in time, we're going to find that out. But that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social networks. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I'll be back with the next episode of Empire. So until next time, everybody, take care.